Well, 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 we meet again. Do I look like I need to be grounded? That could probably work on multiple levels. I feel like I'm giving Debbie Thornberry a little bit. I just did a video where I ranked all of Trader Joe's pre-made meals, but I thought, you know what these good people need? They need some summertime high protein grain bowls. I'm just trying to make videos on things that I'm already making for myself and thinking to myself, Merle, if you like this, they're probably gonna like this. High protein, high fiber, meal prep. First and foremost, I'd like to lay this out to you so you're not disappointed. Some people, they give you multiple grain bowls. One has a base of quinoa, one has a base of rice, one has a base of farro, however you pronounce it. Here's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna pretend that I like quinoa because I don't. I'll tolerate it, but I don't like it. What I like to do is I like to get this frozen medley if I don't feel like making my own rice. If I'm gonna make my own rice, I make it in a rice cooker. This is the only other way I do it, and it's a mix of everything. Let's just say this. You can add any base to any of these that you want. This actually only has 5 grams of protein per cup. That's not amazing, but it is what it is. I thought there was quinoa. Tell me that doesn't look like quinoa in there. I thought there was quinoa, lentils, and rice in this. I'm gonna use this base for both of them, and it's gonna be the toppings and the proteins for each one that differentiate them from each other. Okay, for our first bowl, we're gonna be doing this Mediterranean style grain bowl. Since we're using tofu, if you're afraid of tofu, all you need to do is marinate. I'm telling you, all of your problems with tofu, you'll have so few tofu issues once you start marinating. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or like half a lemon, small lemon, 2 teaspoons olive oil, some garlic powder, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, some dried thyme. I'm gonna add in some chopped up sage, crack a black pepper. All right, so this is the tofu I use. This is the high protein Trader Joe's tofu. This is the good stuff. This protein count hinges on this, so it's worth finding. If you can't find it, you can substitute more protein using hemp seeds, using nutritional yeast. Get creative. You can add it to the dressing, mix it in with the grains, whatever you gotta do if you can't find this, but you probably can. Let's drain it. We're gonna be using half of this, so slice it in half. In order for the marinade to soak in, I'm actually going to thinly slice these so that it gets more evenly dispersed, because this is so densely processed. Put a little on the bottom first so it has something to be marinating on both sides. That's a little pro tip for you. Let's see how many of these we can jam in here. Can we do them all? That would be nice. Probably not. So I'm gonna let these marinate for like 20 minutes, or however long it takes us to do the rest of this preparation work. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge. And now we'll start chopping our other veggies. So for the vegetables, you can do as much as you want, okay? I'm doing like between 1/4 and 1/2 cup for these main ones. And then I'm also going to slice up some fresh mint and fresh parsley. Now that that's done, we're going to make our dressing. It's gonna be a tahini-based dressing. 1.5 tablespoons of tahini, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a healthy squeeze, garlic minced up, maple syrup, depending on how sweet you want, and then a little bit of salt to taste. And then I'm gonna add some water in there to loosen her up to the consistency that I want, and taste it and see what you think. Needs more lemon, needs more salt. Now the final thing we're gonna do here is we're going to pan fry our thinly sliced little slices of marinated tofu. And then we are just gonna assemble, and that's it. So I'm gonna just pan fry them on either side over like a medium heat for like 2 minutes each, so they get nice and brown. 2 to 3 minutes, just feel it out, see how it feels. You'll know it when you see it, I'll say that much. Now it's just assembly time. And honestly, I'm very hungry. This was a decent amount of work, I'm not even gonna lie, but the rewards. I did the math, I crunched the numbers. 78 grams of protein, people. 78. That's like too much. So you can use less of anything. I mean, and that's if you used all the dressing, which actually I wouldn't. So maybe like 76. All right, well, I mixed it all up, so it doesn't look as pretty anymore, but it's still beautiful. my God. I'm getting romantic feelings towards this scramble. You are perfect just the way you are. You make me want to change. You make me want to be a better person. And you make me feel like a better person. Anyway, this is really good. Wow, I did that. Will you marry me? I do. Imagine I reject myself. Marry me. Babe, you're smothering me. It's just good. Let's move on to the second one. I love trying new recipes because I always learn something. New ways to think about ingredients. And this is how I feel all the time with the sponsor of today's video, Hungry Roots. Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. They're like your personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped up into one. They take care of weekly meal planning and grocery shopping by recommending healthy groceries and delicious recipes tailored to your tastes, nutrition preferences, and health goals. All you gotta do is fill out this quick but detailed questionnaire. That way they can understand your needs and goals while they're developing your shopping list. So for example, I told them that I'm vegan and I'm trying to prioritize protein in my meals. And also gut health is another important thing to me. All the time I'm discovering new, cool vegan brands that I'd never heard of before. Pum Fu is one that stands out. It's like tofu, but made from pumpkin seeds. And they have like this sausage crumble. Oh my God, it's so good with pasta. Oh, it's so good. All of Hungry Roots recipes are balanced and healthy, and most can be made in under 15 minutes. For a limited time, you can get 40% off your first box, plus you get a free item in every box for life. So click the link below or go to hungryroot.com and use my code MERLE, or scan the QR code. That's 40% off your first box and a free item in every box for life. Why do I have sunglasses on inside? It's a great question. So for this barbecue bowl, let's talk about it. We're going to be making a homemade seitan. Yes. Homemade. I don't need to do that either. I could just buy it, but I'm choosing to make my life more difficult for some godforsaken reason. If you've watched my vegan roast that I made, you'll know where this recipe comes from. It's originally from It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken. I added my own little spin on it where I do tofu and vital wheat gluten. If you don't feel like making your own seitan and you're like, I don't even want to watch this woman do this, you can skip ahead. I mean, you always could, but you've got my permission. And there should be timestamps down below, unless I forgot. If you've been with me for a bit, you've seen me make this before. Not too tricky. It is going to be a million times easier if you use a food processor. Mark my words, I've made it by hand and I would not do it again. So I've got this firm tofu from Trader Joe's. First thing I'm gonna do is drain my tofu. We're gonna start blending the tofu up with everything else. A little water in there, that's nothing to worry about. First thing I'm gonna do is drain my tofu. Now we add you in. Then we're going to use 6 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. That's like 15 grams of protein just in nutritional yeast. Many of you know already, but nutritional yeast adds a nice umami, almost cheesy, but not really. Some people call it like vegan Cheeto dust. It's cheese reminiscent, but it's just nutritional yeast. It's delicious. I love it. Full of B vitamins. It's good for you. Really good for you. As long as you get the fortified one. 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of vegetable broth. 2 tablespoons of white miso paste. The miso is also just another flavor bomb. I'm gonna add my bouillon cube. This is a lot, I know that. This could be avoided if you just buy your own seitan, but I'm choosing once again to make things more difficult for myself. All right, now we add all these seasonings. 2 teaspoons onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of ground sage. And the nice thing about making your own seitan is that you can customize it how you want. Since we're doing this for a barbecue recipe, I'm going to add some smoked paprika, about 1/2 teaspoon. We just want to blend this together until it gets nice and smooth, into like a nice smooth paste. Ooh, it smells good. Now I'm gonna add in the vital wheat gluten. Guess how much protein is in vital wheat gluten per 1/4 cup, let's say. No, more than that. More. 23 grams. 23 grams of protein in 1/4 cup of this. It's a freaking beast. 120 calories, 23 grams. We're gonna put 1.5 cups in there. So the math on that is 23 times 2 is 46. 46 times 3 is 138. If I just did that in my head, I'm an actual genius. Oh, yes, I am a genius. I did that in my head. I carried the 1 in my head. Now, let's add this in. 1. Now, when I did this the first time, I got a comment. Y'all are so nice and so helpful and so cool. Lorana Design. Keep processing it in the food processor for 1 solid minute. Yours can handle it and it will be forming the gluten strand so it doesn't break when you form it. If you let it rest 1 minute, then pulse a second minute, it will be the perfect taffy. Let rest for 20 minutes covered before shaping it. It's worth it. We're gonna pulse it and then we're gonna process it for an additional minute. Okay, so now we're gonna let it sit for a minute and then we're gonna process for 1 more minute. Ooh. So now we're gonna let this rest for 20 minutes. This beast has been resting. So now we're gonna transfer it to our cutting board. All right. Now all that stuff we did is supposed to keep it from breaking apart when I roll it out. Form this together. I'm gonna roll it into a log. I'm really doing the most for this grain bowl. There was no reason for me to do this. Well, there was one reason. I thought it would be fun, quality time we could spend together, you know? Okay, and then we're gonna slap it together, and then I'm gonna twist it, and it's not gonna break. Oh my gosh, you were right, I think. My son, he has my eyes. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Is there a gas leak in this apartment? Whoa, okay, it's so solid. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to steam this thing. Damn, that thing is dense. We're gonna steam it and then we're gonna bake it. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it in tin foil, steam it for about 45 minutes. Now, if you find yourself in the position I find myself in, which is that I can't find my steamer, you can crumple up some aluminum foil into balls. 3 balls, 3 things, I have to juggle them. Oh, that's tricky. Everyone knows I can juggle and I didn't learn this for absolutely no reason. Really, the gas leak. Take a pan that'll fit this inside of it, and you're gonna rest this on top of these little balls that you've got here. Pour the water in the bottom and let it steam, and these will hold it up off the bottom of the pan. Easy peasy, you don't need to go out and buy a steamer. And yes, I know what you're thinking, Merle, this is a lot of work and time. Okay, sure, but I saved you $9 for 1/4 of the amount of seitan. And don't forget the quality time. That's priceless. Okay, I took little Henry out of the steamer, and now what you want to do if you want the best texture is to let it sit in the fridge overnight. I'm going to do some movie magic, so we'll see if I dress the same tomorrow or not. I don't know. That'll be a real cliffhanger for you guys. All right, so it's a new day, and I'm a completely different person, apparently. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go from Debbie Thornberry to an actual human picnic. It's a barbecue. We're doing the barbecue bowl. Our little dough baby Henry has been resting in the fridge overnight. So what we're gonna do now, I preheated my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 200 degrees Celsius. Here we have it. I'm gonna bake this for about 15 minutes in the oven. First, what I wanna do is I'm gonna melt down some vegan butter, and I'm gonna brush this with some butter, and then I'm gonna sprinkle a little salt and fresh pepper over the top, just to be a little extra festive. Wow, check it out, you little freak. It looks like seitan, AKA basically a wet loaf of bread. High protein bread. Let's brush you up. Now I'm gonna pop this in the oven for about 15 minutes, then we'll check on it and we're gonna baste it one more time with the vegan butter, salt, pepper combo. I know like all of this so far has been about this seitan. Again, you could skip ahead if you wanted to, but I think it's really cool. Look, it looks like a little roast chicken, like a little rotisserie chicken. All right, so in the meantime, we're going to deal with our corn. I thought it would be fun to do some like charred corn kernels. Yes, you could buy them frozen at Trader Joe's. Yes, in a usual situation, I probably would do that. But for the sake of this video, because I guess I'm pretending to be someone who does everything from scratch, we're gonna do it live. I'm gonna grab a bowl, and I'm gonna grab a little bowl, and I'm gonna put the little bowl inside. Why are you doing this, Merle? Is this some sort of magic trick? Don't I wish it was? I looked at the corns in the ear of corn husk. I even checked one of them, and I thought, I don't want to deal with that mess. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like dealing with the silk, and you know what? Sue me. If you've got a problem with that, you can call my mom, because she'll also have a problem with it. She would hate to see me using pre-husked corn. But then again, she lives in the middle of nowhere where there's fresh corn from your neighbor's house, so it's a different corn, Mom. let's open this. And I put my corn on top of the small bowl and we go like this. Check that out, and it all stays in the bowl. We're gonna take these over to the stove and I'm gonna just char these the old-fashioned way. So I had a light bulb moment. I just mixed together my vegan ranch. I added some leftover chipotle in adobo that I have. And look at this, it looks gorgeous. All right, everyone. So I'm just saying, I feel really good about this. I'm so excited. When it comes to slicing up seitan, I like to use a serrated knife, like a bread knife like this. Ooh, texture on it is incredible. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You officially cannot afford my dowry. Not after this, not after what I've done here today. 5 million cows, 18,000 fields of wheat, a jar of tears of a pious man. And that's just the deposit. Anyway. That was a risk. And it paid off. Did I do it again? Oh, okay, that one was a little less finessed. Okay, now we're just really flirting with danger. We're gonna baste these with barbecue sauce. Oh, bring on the classical music again. I've done it. This is insane. This bowl, it has everything, okay? The seitan is scrumptious. It's got it all. The smoky flavor from the dressing with the sweetness from the corn, with the savory elements from our seitan. Goddamn, that's good. 195 grams of protein in that big old brick house. So 1/6 of that is 32.5 grams of protein. So if I did a sixth of the seitan with everything else, it's 54.83 grams of protein. To polish off the last little bit, I just sprinkled 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds on there. That's 10 more grams of protein. Then we have 64.83 grams. Let me know which one you're more excited to try. Like, I genuinely want to know which one looks more appealing to you. Which one are you really going to try? Are you going to make your own seitan, or are you just going to go buy it? You can tell me the truth. If there are any other recipes you'd like to see or you'd like me to try, absolutely let me know. I think I've done enough for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. And if you want to see more videos like this, I've got a bunch of high protein videos over here. So many you wouldn't even know what to do with yourself. Have a great day. Mwah. Ciao.